Hello students. Today our topic is subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement. In this topic, first of all we should know what is a subject. In a sentence, which word is called as a subject. Two things you have to remember. Subject means of whom we are speaking about or of what we are speaking about. In a sentence, how to recognize a subject is we should question ourselves of whom we are speaking about or of what we are speaking about. The answer we get becomes the subject of the sentence. For example, in the sentence, my brothers are graduates. In this sentence, if we question ourselves of whom we are speaking here, my brothers. So, my brothers becomes the subject of the sentence. And in the second sentence, as you see, the college is very near to my house. So, in this sentence, we are talking about the college. So, the college becomes the subject of the sentence of what we are speaking of college. So, college becomes the subject of the sentence. So, in order to find or in order to identify the subject in the sentence, we have to put question. We have to ask ourselves of whom we are speaking or of what we are speaking. So the answer we get becomes the subject of the sentence. And here, whenever you construct a sentence, the subject of the sentence should agree with the verb, or else the verb should agree with the subject in number. That means if we are using a singular subject, the verb should be singular. If we are using a plural subject, then the verb should be plural. Here, in this same example, we could see here, the subject of the sentence is my brothers. My brothers is plural. Brothers means plural word. And so we have taken a plural verb here. So it is in accordance with the subject. The verb is in accordance with the subject. In second sentence, college is singular. And the verb we have taken is also singular. So it is in accordance with the subject of the sentence. It means we have to cross check ourselves whether in a sentence the subject and verb are in agreement or not, or else there would be a grammatical mistake. That means if the subject and verb are not in agreement, then that is an error in the sentence. So in order to avoid such errors or in order to avoid such grammatical mistakes, we have to be very careful while constructing the sentence whether we are using the verb in accordance with the subject or not. That we have to check it out. For this we have to learn few rules. In those, one by one we'll discuss. Here we'll just see the basic principle. Here with these examples we can understand the basic principles. That means, as I said, like singular subject carries a singular verb and plural subjects should have a plural verb. In this example, second example, also see the list of spare parts was long. Here in this sentence, we should know first of all what is the subject of the sentence. Here, are we talking about the list or are we talking about the spare parts? We are talking about the list. Which list are we talking about? List of spare parts. So here the subject of the sentence, that means the true subject of the sentence is list. So the verb has to be in agreement with this subject list. List is in singular form, and so the verb we have to use is, is singular. So these two are in agreement. That means the subject and verb are in accordance. Next, see the second example. The lists of spare parts means we have, it's not one list, but we have number of lists. So list is in plural form, and so the verb we have used is also in plural form. The list of spare parts were too long. That means we are not referring to one list, but we are referring to number of lists, and they were too long. So here the subject of the sentence is in plural, and so the verb also is in plural, and they both are in agreement. In that way, to construct such sentences in, without any grammatical mistakes, we have to remember few rules while framing the sentence. uh, I mean, with regards to this subject verb agreement. For example, the first rule, as I said, the basic principle: singular subject takes singular verb, plural subject takes plural verb. This is the first rule that we have to remember. And before going to the second rule, first we'll just come to know the basic thing. In English, we have three persons, and you all know that. First person means I, we. That means in singular it is I, in plural it is we. Second person, you, you. So singular is you, and plural also you. Third person we have he, she, it, and in plural we refer them as they. So first person singular I, plural we. Second person singular you, plural you. Third person singular he, she, it, and plural they. So in this second person we concentrate now. Second person, both singular and plural have the same form, that is you. So if you are referring to one person, you use you. If you are referring to more than one person, the plural form of that you is also you. And this, particularly based on this, we have to remember one rule. Here, see this example. You were very helpful during my stay with you. You were very helpful during my stay with you. Here,